guys, welcome to today's video and welcome on into my beauty stash. Today I'm going to be creating 4 looks with this new beauty right here from Nomad Cosmetics. This is the Hudson Valley palette. This palette drops Monday, September 19th at 11 p.m. CST or Tuesday, September 20th at 12 a.m. EST, just depending on where you live here in the US. But this palette, I believe, is going to retail for $39 or $42. I will put it down here. I'm waiting for confirmation on that. And it is a 15-pan palette. Here is a beautiful fall color story. I'm still trying to make up my mind. So when I saw the swatches being sneak peeked on the Nomad Cosmetics website, I was thinking, well, that kind of looks like Provence a little bit. And then when I saw the full reveal, I was like, oh, okay, no, it's definitely different than the Provence palette. But how they're similar is that they only have 3 shimmer shadows. So in the Provence palette, you got 12 matte shades and then, of course, the 3 shimmer shadows. For me, the Provence palette wasn't the best that I have in my stash from Nomad Cosmetics. It's definitely a nice palette. It has a pretty color story, but I wasn't drawn to that palette the way I'm drawn to like Haunted Europe or America's Parks or the Iceland palette or the one that just came out, Paradise Islands palette that was from earlier this year. I don't know. I guess I liked more colorful color stories from Nomad Cosmetics, and I felt like the shimmers in that particular palette just didn't perform the way the other shimmers did in other palettes. So me seeing that this is 12 mattes and 3 shimmers, I'm hoping that these shimmers are gonna pack a punch. They're not gonna be like the shimmers that were in the Provence palette, because for me, I just felt like those shimmer shades left something to be desired, and that's not the shimmer formula I've come to love from Nomad Cosmetics. I want my shimmers to make an impact. So we'll see. I haven't even swatched this palette yet, but I am very excited to play with it. Automatically, my eyes are drawn to this red shade right here, like these 2 shades, of course the green and these greens over here, like those are the things that are really popping out at me. So I definitely want to do we're gonna do 4 looks. Like I'm definitely gonna use all of the shadows that are in this palette. I'm just excited. I'm excited for it. I think this looks like if I live here in South Texas, we don't see the leaves turn the way you see the leaves turn in Hudson Valley. I mean, this picture right here, this depicts what fall is. You know, the orange and red and yellow and the passing of the green. I wish we saw that down here, but I know upstate, especially up there on the East Coast and even on the West Coast, you guys can see the seasons change. And so for me, I feel like this definitely represents fall. And seeing those seasons change, seeing the leaves change and everything. Let me know your thoughts on that, especially if you get fall where you're at. We typically down here in South Texas, I think we get just summer and winter. That's pretty much the extent of it. And our winter is probably more like your fall anyway. So I do want to mention that Felicia, which is one of the owners of Nomad Cosmetics, she is from Hudson Valley. So that is the reason why they chose this destination for this particular palette. In case you're unfamiliar with Nomad Cosmetics, they are a travel themed indie makeup brand, and they are here in Texas. They're actually based out of Dallas. Now, another thing that I want to mention about Nomad Cosmetics is that there's always a charity behind every palette release, meaning they donate a portion of the proceeds to benefit a local charity in the area where the palette is representing. In this case, it is Hudson Valley. And this is the card that was included with the palette. It has like a little map of different things to do, different places to visit. And this is the Nomad's Guide to Hudson Valley Foliage Trail. How cool. If y'all live in New York, if y'all live up there in the East Coast, I would definitely take this palette with you and maybe go check out the Hudson Valley. because that looks really fun, especially this time of year. So the charity that this is supporting, and so while it doesn't say the specific charity, it does say on the back of the palette that they are a proud supporter of Scenic Hudson, which I'm assuming is the foliage trails. And guys, that's one of the main things that I love about this brand, is it's never just to put out a new palette. With every palette they do release, it's always to support a local charity in the area of the destination. And I think this destination is spot on, especially because this is where Felicia grew up. So I'm excited for today's video. I hope you guys are too. If it is your first time here on my channel, first and foremost, hello and welcome. My name is Steff. This is what I love to do. I love trying out new makeup, so you're always going to see new makeup reviews. I do multiple looks with eyeshadow palettes. We'll be doing 4 today. I do makeup ranking videos, all of that good stuff. If that sounds great to you and you want to see my videos on pretty much a daily basis, because I do tend to upload quite a bit, do me a favor and click on the subscribe button and hit the bell next to it. That way you'll be notified every time I do drop a new video. And if you like what you see, if you're excited for fall, if maybe you're from Hudson Valley or you just like a good old-fashioned makeup tutorial, give this video a thumbs up before you go. As usual, guys, all of the makeup that I'm wearing both on and off camera will be linked and listed in the description box. Some of those links might be affiliate links, so if you do end up shopping through them, I thank you so much for supporting me on my channel. This is the lipstick I'm wearing today. This is a new one from Dupes in the shade PSL Pumpkin Spice Latte. Let's get started creating 4 looks with the new Nomad Cosmetics Hudson Valley palette. If you guys want to see this palette in action, keep on watching. Alright guys, I've already primed my eyelids with the Too Faced Shadow Insurance Primer. That is my primer at the moment. It has been for the last few months. What are we gonna start with first? I think I want to start with this shade. Like, I just love these shades together, even this one too. Let's do that. We're gonna start first with this one. This one is called Cider House. I'm taking Cider House on a Rephr 16. We'll put this in the crease. I'm very happy to see this yellow shade in here. I think this is perfect. All right, that shade went on perfectly. I love a good yellow shade. This is kind of like a marigold shade. I think it's perfect, perfect, perfect. All right, now I think we're just gonna go straight in with the red. Let's just go straight in with the red. This one is called Apple Picking. For apple picking, I'm using a Rephr 14. I think I want to do a little bit of a halo eye with this. Yeah, let me see. Well, let's see. Hold on. To try and make up my mind. Should we do that? No, I think I'm going to save the halo eye. I'm going to take this a little bit lower than the yellow. Love that. This is a good red. Now on a Rephr 13, I'm going to go in with this shade. This one is called Wine Harvest. Actually, no, it's a Rephr 14. I thought I was grabbing a 13. I'm going to bring this in on the lid as well. Just kind of like that. Not like all the way, but take it up a little higher out here. Wow. Nice pigmented mattes. I'm gonna go back in with Cider House, the yellow shade. Just add a little bit back up here. Guys, yeah. Mattes on point. Definitely. This is gonna be a good palette to do all matte looks with. Could this be an all matte look? Let's try it. Why not? Let's see. Let me get this Rephr 02. Let's see what happens if I add this shade over here. This one is gonna be called, what's this one called? Ghost Tour. Meh. I think maybe the yellow probably I should have done there if I wanted to do it like an all matte look. Or let me try this one. Same Rephr 02. Yeah, better. Right now on a BH pencil brush, I'm just taking the yellow right here. Putting a little bit in here. Now I'm going to take this shade right here. I love the little imprints. They're like little jack-o'-lanterns in there. This one is called Great Pumpkin Patch. Now I'm going to pick up a little bit of this shade. Keep it close to the lash line. Primarily just keep it out here, this outer half. Now I need to brighten up that inner corner a little bit. We do have a nice all matte look on the lid, but maybe we can just do a shimmer for the inner corner. Let's do this one down here. This one is called Leaf Peeping. Is it Leaf Peeping? Yeah, I'm just spraying the brush. We'll do that right there. Perfect. Okay guys, I'm gonna do liner, lashes, mascara. I'll be right back to show you the completed look number 1. Okay guys, so here's the completed look number 1. The lashes I'll be wearing in today's video are these from Kiss. They are these So Wispy. Are they these? No, they're not those. These are the lashes I'm wearing. These are the Ardell Demi Wispy lashes. And for mascara, I'll be using this one from Makeup. For the top lash line, I kind of just used a little bit of Wet n Wild Breakup Proof liquid liner just to kind of line the lash band a little bit. And then in the lower waterline, this is from Urban Decay, and it's the 24/7 Glide On Eye Pencil in the shade Alkaline. So really happy with the way this look turned out. Wasn't expecting to do an all matte look. Like this isn't, when I sat down to film this look, this is not the look I intended to do, but this is just where the palette took us. And I think these matte shades so far are performing really, really great. Can't tell too much yet on the shimmer shadow. I mean, I like the way it looks in the inner corner, but we definitely have to swipe it on the lid and see what's going on there. Let's move over to the left eye and we'll start working on look number 2. Okay, so for look number 2, I definitely want to do a shimmer on the lid. And if you notice on this palette, we definitely have a warm side and we have a cool tone side. So I guess let's move over to the cool tone side and let's see what we can come up with. So I'm looking at the greens. I love the shades of greens that they included. I like a cool tone green. You know, I don't think we see a cool tone green that often. So I think what I'm going to start off with first is I'm going to do a combination of these 3 shadows. I'm going to start first with this one, work into this one, and then use this to deepen it up. So this shade right here, this one is called Apple Cider Donut. And I'm using a BK A503. Now we're going to go into Mountain Hike. And I'm taking Mountain Hike on a What's Up Beauty R105. I need to reach for these brushes more. They're good. They're natural hair brushes. Remember when I first tried these brushes, I didn't have a chance to wash them. And so that definitely made a difference. So always wash your brushes as soon as you get them, especially if they're natural hair. Now that I've washed them, wow, they perform really well. This is a beautiful shade of green. Now in a BK A504, we're going to go into this shadow. This one is called Farm to Table. That is a really pretty shade. Now we're going to do this green shimmer. We have to. This one is called Corn Maze. Taking that on a damp Morphe M124. Okay, this is the shimmer formula that I like to see from Nomad. We have a corn maze kind of close to where I live, closer to where I work. I don't work in the same city I live in. But yeah, I've heard a lot of good things about it. Love this. Love this green so much. I'm going to add a little bit of Farm to Table, the darker shade. Now for the lower lash line, we could do this shadow. a combination of these two. Let me start first. I'm going to start with a darker one first. This one is called Bed and Breakfast. Using a Refer 26. All right, now with the same brush, I'm going to go into that lighter green called Farmer's Market. I'm going to bring down that green shimmer a little bit as well. Same Refer 26, I just sprayed it. Okay guys, so love this look so much. Let me go ahead and add those finishing touches and I'll be right back to show you the completed look number 2. Okay guys, here's the completed look number 2. Same lash, same mascara, same eyeliner with the exception of the lower waterline. I went in with this one from Haus. This is a matte liner in the shade Chartreuse, right? Yeah, Chartreuse matte. And this is the look. I love it. I love it. We have all matte warm tone, and then we have a cool tone with some green shimmer. What's not to love? It's green. Let me go ahead and I'm gonna take a couple of pictures and I'm gonna remove these looks and I'll be right back and we'll start creating 2 more with the Hudson Valley palette from Nomad Cosmetics. Okay, so I was looking at the palette and the only shades I haven't used is this one and this one. Nope, I haven't used this one. So that's not bad. I've already used 13 out of the 15 shades. Okay, so I want to do a look, obviously, that's going to incorporate this shimmer. But I'm thinking of doing, I could do Oktoberfest. I could pack this on the crease. And maybe I could use one of these other shades. Not pack this on the crease, pack this on the lid, sorry. Pack this on the lid and maybe use this one for the crease. Let's see. I think I'm gonna go in first with this one. I'll go in first with Oktoberfest. I'm taking that on a BK 203. All right, so now I'm taking a Refer 13 with the same shade, and I'm just gonna use that right in here in the crease just to kind of blend everything. I feel like this is a cool tone shade that's on the warm side of the palette. What do you guys think? Are you seeing warm in this shadow? I'm seeing a little bit of cool. All right, now I'm gonna pick up that other shade called Ghost Tour. I'm just gonna use it right along the edge. All right, so I think I got this pretty blended. I mean, we are going to put a shimmer on top of it, so let's see what this one's going to do. This one is called Foliage Trail. I'm using my damp Morphe M124. I think I'll just do that in the center. Got a little bit of fallout from that one. That's beautiful. All right, now I feel like I want to deepen it up a little bit, but I'm gonna try this shade real quick. Just kind of like right here, maybe along the edges. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Now for the lower lash line, I think I'm gonna do this shade. I'm using just a little BH Cosmetics pencil brush. I'm going to bring that shimmer down some as well. Same brush, now I'm picking up the red shimmer, the red orange shimmer. I am spraying it. Ooh, I like that. Okay, I'm going to add those finishing touches and I'll be right back to show you the completed look number 3. Okay guys, here's the completed look number 3. What do you guys think? I like the way this look turned out. For the lower waterline, same everything else, but for the lower waterline, another Haus, this one kind of looks purple, and it's not purple. It's like a pink. There it is. Well, yeah, I guess it's a little purple. I don't know if I had used this one. I think I've only used it once, but anyway, I like it. I like it with the orange shimmer and then this matte shade down here. I think it looks really cool. I don't know, this might be my favorite look. we'll see. One more look to create. Let's move over to the left eye. I'm gonna start working on the fourth and final look with the Hudson Valley palette from Nomad Cosmetics. Okay, so for this next look, the pressure's off because I've already used all of the shades in the palette. So what I think I'd like to do is, I think I want to do something maybe with the greens, maybe mix like the shade, maybe these shades right here in with the greens. I think I'm gonna start with this shade. This shade is called Fall Festival. I'm gonna put that in the crease and then we'll take it from there. So I'm taking Fall Festival on a rougher 15. Now I'm gonna go in with this green shadow down here. This one is called Bed and Breakfast. I'm taking Bed and Breakfast on a BK A502. That looks good. Those are blending, even though they're cool and warm, they're still blending together pretty well. Now on a Refro 2, I'm going to go in with this green shade. This is Farmer's Market. I'm going to apply that right here. Okay, now I'm going to leave it like this. I think we're going to do another all matte, at least lid. And I'm going to do the lime green or this green shimmer on the inner corner. For the lower lash line, I think I want to try the red. I think the red might look nice with it. Let's just see what happens. So I'm using a rougher 26. I'm going to focus the red on like the outer half, like just to right there. The red is apple picking. Now I'm going to add a little bit of the yellow right below it. Now I'm going to go in with that green shimmer on a damp Refer 03. Ooh, I like the way this one turned out. Mixing cool and warm. Okay, guys. I'm going to add the finishing touches off camera and I'll be right back to show you this fourth and final look. Okay guys, here's the completed look number 4. For the lower waterline, I went in with a ColourPop cream gel liner in the shade Cherry Pie. I don't know if this one is still sold, but any red liner will do. And same everything else. I really like this look. I like these two looks a lot. I feel like this is more spooky Halloween vibes, and then this is just a different take on a fall look. What do you guys think? Let me go ahead and wrap up today's video. I'm going to give you guys my final thoughts. I'm going to give you guys some comparisons of other fall palettes that have recently dropped. And I also got some updated information from Nomad Cosmetics. I got a DM from them. So we'll talk about all of that. Okay guys, so after creating 4 looks with Hudson Valley from Nomad Cosmetics, I mean from the outward packaging, which is just like a pumpkin patch field of fall dreams, to this really beautiful color story. Guys, I have to say that looking at the pictures online, I don't think they do it justice. I think it takes getting this palette home and not just even having it in front of you, like actually using the shadows to really appreciate what the color story is. And I think Nomad Cosmetics did a phenomenal job with this all the way around, from just picking the location, a location that was special to Felicia, one of the owners. This is where she grew up, Hudson Valley in New York. And then just to put that all together in this quintessential fall eyeshadow palette. I think when you think of fall, aren't these the shades that you think of? And I'm not saying like fall, like Halloween. I'm thinking just traditional fall. Fall, pumpkins, scarecrows, all of that good stuff. This just embodies the word fall to me, and the changing of the leaves that I wish I could see down here in South Texas, but we really don't get much of that. So for this palette, I really do like that they gave us a warm side and then a cool side, because I know for a lot of you out there, you love cool tone shadows. For you, that is your preference. That's what works better with your skin tone. I totally get it. And then there are those of us that just want warm tones all day long. Don't give me anything else but a warm tone shadow. This is the happy medium. and we do have these really nice shimmer shadows. These are not the same formula, at least I don't feel, in my opinion, as the Province palette. I felt those shimmers weren't as intense, weren't as sparkly as these. I think these are definitely what I was missing in that palette, but these matte shades are on point. I mean, if you want mattes, if you want to just create all matte looks, you're most definitely going to be able to do that with this palette. I don't think you're going to have any issues with that. I think it's a very cohesive color story. You do get a full-size mirror. The palette retails for $39, and they're going to be sold as single shadows also. Each single shade in this palette will retail for $5 a piece. So maybe none of the cool tones appeal to you, but you're like eyeing the red, the yellow, and maybe this shade down here, then you could just very well pick up those shades, put them in your own magnetic palette, and call it a day. But for $39, I think it's a very good value. I think this is a beautiful traditional fall palette, not including like, you know, the Halloween vibes or anything like that, just straight up fall. This should definitely find its way into your stash. Tuesday, September 20th at 12 a.m. EST. That would mean Monday for me, Monday night at 11 p.m. CST. Retails for $39. Use my code STEFF10 to get 10% off of this palette and anything else on the Nomad Cosmetics website. I do want to compare this to a couple things really quick. I pulled out last year's release, and I just had a YouTube short go up on this one Friday, I believe. This is the Haunted Europe palette. So this is a larger palette. I want to say this one is 25% off, by the way, on their website. Don't use my code with this one because my code is only for 10%, but this automatically is discounted at 25% off. This is a beautiful palette. Oh, I've had so much fun this past year using this palette. Let me just hold them up next to each other so you guys can see. I mean, there's some major differences here. I think that Haunted Europe, which is at the bottom, is primarily a warm tone, I'm sorry, a cool tone color story. You do have a couple warm tones in there, but you definitely have more pops of cool tone. We do have some similarities in the greens, but you can definitely see they are very different tones. I don't see any overlapping shades. I mean, I see similar shades, but nothing that is identical. Now, a couple other palettes I wanted to pull out. I wanted to pull out this one, the original ColourPop and Hocus Pocus Gather Around Sisters palette, because I also feel this is just like a beautiful quintessential fall eyeshadow palette, fall color story. I know that ColourPop is doing round 3, well, round 3, but round 1 because Hocus Pocus is coming out with a new movie, so they are dropping a new collection. I'm going to be very excited to see that one. But this is another palette that you might have in your stash. I don't think that these are exact, you know, dupes or anything like that. I'm just showing you like some fall inspired color stories. A little bit of similarities there. You have more like pinks and stuff up here and some gold shades. I also wanted to pull out, I have 2 other palettes I wanted to pull. So the palette of the moment, I think, Tarte Maneater After Dark palette. I mean, this is a palette that I think took everybody by surprise. And I think this is a beautiful, like, not just fall color story, but just for year round. And so when I hold these up, let's see, how do we do this? Like this? You can kind of see there's some slight similarities. Not too many because you have more greens in the Hudson Valley palette and you have more like berry tones and stuff in the Tarte palette. But if, you know, you're only going to be able to buy one palette and maybe you want to see a side-by-side comparison, I hope that was able to help you guys make a good buying decision. I couldn't not include this one, Too Faced Pumpkin Spice Second Slice. I mean, this is also a good fall color story. I mean, these are the shades that we think of when we think of fall. This is missing a green. I feel like this is definitely missing a green. So here they are. Let's see. This is hard to do sometimes. So here they are next to one another, on top of one another. You can definitely see some similarities, but the green is missing from the Too Faced at the bottom. And this one is $54 in cardboard packaging. That was a big thing when I reviewed this palette. It was the cardboard packaging, not the tin packaging. But overall, guys, I think Nomad Cosmetics has another hit on their hands. I think that there's something for everybody within their last 2 fall releases. You have for Halloween lovers, spooky lovers, you have that in the Haunted Europe. And if you're not into Halloween, if you just want a straight up fall themed eyeshadow palette, Hudson Valley is going to be where it's at. Use my code STEFF10, get 10% off of your order. Let me know your thoughts, guys. Are you team 1, 2, 3, 4, none? Hopefully not. All sound off in the comments down below. Let me know what your thoughts are, and let me know what you thought of today's video, and hopefully I was able to provide some inspiration if you're going to be picking this palette up. I want to thank you guys so much for watching another one of my videos. You all have a great day or night, wherever it is you all are at. Stay hydrated, guys. Drink your water. Cheers. I'll see y'all very soon. Bye.